Hi guys, it's Katie here again from Creativa, and this is the last tutorial on making the Travel Folio. So if you've arrived here and you haven't seen any of the other videos beforehand, I think you should go back and at least check out the flip through, which I will record and put in this playlist when I finish so that you can see the finished result first. Anyway, I'm using this set of SVG files, which I probably will also make into printable templates for those people who don't have cutting machines. Today we are going to make the Expanding Folio, so that's these pieces here. So I've put these pieces here that all go together in red, just so you can easily tell which piece goes with what. So I'm going to make the Expanding Folio, which I'm going to put on my inside cover of my Travel Folio, and then I'm just going to make a very simple journal. So let's start with the pieces that we need. In the description box will be a list of all the pieces that I've cut out, so that you can just go and look at those. You don't have to remember what I've used. And I've cut all these pieces out with my Cricut. And so the bits that that I've cut out are these pieces here. The pieces that are in red, I've cut out of the craft cardstock, and I've already inked around them with the Distress ink from Tim Holtz, just to give it that vintage look. And of course my score lines have already been put in for me by my Cricut, so I didn't have to do any measuring or cutting or scoring or anything. Brilliant. So this is Expanding Folio piece number 1. That looks like this, and then I've also cut one of the pink mats on top out of this paper here, which is just some collage paper that I made with some scraps, and then I just copied it or scanned it so that I can just print it out anytime I like, and that's just going to go on there, but I'll do that later. This is Expanding Folio piece number 2, which is just the back piece, and Expanding Folio number 3, which is the flip on the front, and it's got 2 mats as well. It's got a mat as well, but I've cut 2 of those, one for each side, because if it's a flip we want 2 of the mats. So this is really easy to put together. Let's pop this out the way, and all we're going to do is attach this piece here to this back piece. So let me grab some glue and let's hope it comes out, because usually I remember to unclog it before I start the video, but I didn't this time, so it's coming out, but it's pretty slow. I'm going to have to unclog it. Just find a pin, which I had floating around somewhere. This is what happens when you're not very organised. I thought I was, but I'm not. Okay, so I'm just going to put just stick a little pin in there. I usually remember to do that before I start the video, but not today. Okay, so I'm just going to put some glue on this tab here. Because it's a flip, I've inked both sides. And I'm going to put it underneath my main middle section like so. And then I'm going to do the same with this one. This tab here I'm going to put underneath. Now this piece isn't a flip, this is just it's a pocket, so I didn't need to ink it this side. So, but I am going to glue it down like so it comes over like that. So some glue on here. Hope I remember that I'm doing this correctly, because lately I've been messing up quite a lot in my videos, it feels like. Sometimes my mind's not on the job. I'm not sure that my mind is on the job today, but I thought I'm going to do the video anyway, because, you know, a bit of crafting makes you feel better about things sometimes. A bit of escapism. So, here we are. Okay, so this bit is going to fold up like this. So before we do that, let's put this mat in the middle here. I'm going to use my other glue for that, which is just an acetone, say that all wrong every time, base glue. I'm not going to recommend this one because it's different from the one that I usually use, and I'm not loving it, quite honestly. So once it's used up, I'll probably get something different. So we're going to put this one on here. Whoops. Try again. Like that. And then I'm just going to turn these little tabs in on each side. I'm going to line this on, fold it like this. That little credenza in like that. The little expandable bit. And then I'm going to put some glue on here. I'm going to go back to this glue because it's better for these sorts of purposes. And I'm going to just pull that over, and I'm lining it up with the edge of my piece here, and also with the bottom section there, so that it just sits like so. When I'm happy with that, I'm just going to press it down like that, and I'm going to do the same on the other side. So I'm going to just fold that in on itself, and then back again, and then back again. Should have put the glue on it before. Anyway, so put some glue on my little tab here, and then fold it back in and align it with the bottom like that, and like that. Now, you might want to think about how you're going to, what sort of closure you're going to use. I've thought about it and I still don't really know, but we would want a closure that is perhaps able to close, whether it's flat or any other way. I'm not really sure. I'm thinking about a magnet, or I'm thinking maybe just some Velcro. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it. I think if I'm going to use anything, it'd be something like a piece of Velcro which I can put on afterwards. So I'm not going to stress about it because I don't know. Let's put the top mats on because we don't have to think about it too much for that. So this is this mat here. So I'm just going to pop that down on here. Like so. Oh, see the kind of day I'm having? I'm messing everything up, honestly. It'll be fine. It's this glue as much as anything. Just not the same kind of glue that I like, and I missed a whole section in here. Okay, see, even when after it's dried, I feel like it's a bit bubbly. I don't know, I might just be being a bit extra fussy. And then I'm going to put my mat on here. I think it's going to go this way. So let's try not to mess this bit up. There we go. And then I'm just going to put it on here. I did it again. See, the glue just doesn't, I'm just not loving the glue. But I have a litre of it, so I don't really want to throw it out. Maybe I just have to get used to it. that's that mat. And then this one just goes on here, on this other side here. What I'm thinking about is, it really depends. I'm just going to put it on. I'm just going to do it. So if I was doing something where I had an attachment here, I might want to cover up, or like if I was using a magnet or something, I might want to cover it up with this, but we're not going to. Okay, and again, that needs some more glue under here. And just give me a second, I'm just trying to find my little wipe that I like to use sometimes to wipe up the glue. Should have got the glue off my thumb. Hopefully that should dry okay. I've got it everywhere, I'm making a right mess. It should dry alright, if not, it's an excuse for a bit of embellishment. That's how I see it. But do you see that glue? You can see exactly where it is. I'm hoping when it dries you won't be able to see it, but my old glue didn't used to do that. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. So this is my expandable folder. I do have an idea, but I'm just not sure how well it will go in terms of a closure. So I bought this set of, they're like press stud closures, and these are metal ones, and you usually use them for sewing, but I wanted to use them for this. Only I'm a bit worried about it being too strong with paper, but I tell you what, I'll just try it and find out. What can you lose? But okay, so these are my instructions, and they're tiny, and I'm not even really sure about them. But you have to use these 4 pieces, 2 for each side. So I think this one, I need my hammer, so let me grab a hammer. Right, okay. So I'm going to give it a go. So let's measure. I'm going to measure. So the only thing is, if I do it like this, then I'll have to do it so you can still, if it was fully expanded, you could still close it. So I do have to remember that. Right, let's see how I go. I'm going to find halfway. And roughly where I think it might want to be. Needs to come in. Come in. Maybe about there. Right, so this is halfway. And if I put it there, I'm going to put it there like that, where that little mark is. Then I need to use this here and this one here. So it's got these little punches, and one cuts the hole. I think that's this one. Right, so I'm going to put this on here and this on here. Oh, and smack it. And it didn't really go through, but that's okay, because I'm just going to use my leather punch, which I should have just done anyway. Maybe this one. I just don't want to punch it any harder. Hammer it any harder on my desk. Okay. So what I'm thinking about is, while I've got this hole here, I'm going to see if I can find where it should go on this one here, like this. So I feel like it would need to go about there. which I didn't do a very good job. Let's try again. So if it was fully expanded, it would be about there. Okay, so that would be this bit here. Alright, alright. I hope I haven't messed it up by already putting it together. I put a hole in this one too, I believe. If all else fails, I can cover it over. Okay. So then we put this one on one side, and I don't know, I think maybe this one goes there. Oops, upside down, like that. That's sort of seems to be what it's doing. And then you use this one in the middle and smack it. Seems good. Let's hope that's the way. And then I'm going to put that in there because we've closed it up. And so this one must go underneath. And then this one must go on top. And then we're using this one that has a hole in here to sit on there like that, okay? And then we just bang this one too. Well, I think we did okay. So let's see how we went. Put all these bits away. Fingers crossed. I hate this. There we go. That's pretty good. My only concern is when you pull it open, I feel like you should really put your nail in there like that. So I'm going to have to put some little thing there, like a little, just hide that. But that is great. The press start I like. So I'm going to put this on my inside front cover, like just like so. And I'm just going to, I think I might just glue around 3 edges so that we can have this as a little pocket under here as well. So let's do that. Oh, deep breath. I'm going to, yeah. I'm really not enjoying that glue. It's still not dried. It still looks, I'm just not happy about it. I'm hoping it will get better once it dries. So I'm just going to drop this down on here and line it up, which that was not lined up. And okay, I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to press that down. I'm just going to get rid of this glue where I moved it. So it's poking out a little bit from the front cover, but I don't mind. And it doesn't matter because it's covered up anyway when we close it up like this. So that's our little expanding folder in the front cover. So let me just pop this out of the way. I feel good about that. Don't feel good about the glue, but we'll see how we go. Okay, so then the other thing I was going to do was just make up a little journal to put inside. So I've gone ahead and I've put some eyelets in this center section here. So you'll remember from the previous videos that we left out one of the tabs here so that we had a gap. So we've only got basically 3 pages, and we've left this gap in the middle so that we could put a journal in this middle section. So I'm just going to quickly put my journal together. that to the side. So for my journal, you don't have to do this. I just thought I'd point it out. I've cut out 2 of the base page 2 pieces, which is these 2 here, and I'm just going to use those as journal covers. So then for my mats, I've cut 4 of the journal covers, 4 of the mats for this base 2 page, which are these ones here. So I can use those. And then I've got some bits of paper that I'm going to put in here, and I've cut them down basically to the size of this piece here, not including the tab. And they do stick out the side here, so whether or not you want to cut that down, I tend to cut it down so that all my pages are even, but I'll do it after I've put them all in. So the beauty of using this as my journal cover is if I wanted to use the pocket or the belly band that goes with this base page 2 anywhere in my journal, or at least on my covers, I know it'll fit, so that's why I've done that. But I don't need this tab on both of them, so I'm just going to cut off that tab. So I'm just lining up my score line here and here on my cutting board, and I don't need that piece. So then I'm just going to attach these 2 pieces. So I'll just bend this one here. I've got a little bit missing from this top section here, but that's okay, I can live with it. And then I'm just going to put some glue on this tab. And glue these 2 together. Whoop. And that's my journal cover. So then all I need to do is just attach my signature. So my signature is, I can't remember how many pages I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 pages. And I've got a mixture of some very lightly tea-stained paper and some book pages. This piece here is calligraphy practice paper, so you can practice the slant on your calligraphy. There's just some craft paper, and then this is sort of a parchment type of paper. That's it really, just what I had handy. So then I'm going to put all of those in together and clip them together, and then I'm just going to find my center line. I'm just going to make sure they're all lined up. There we go. Wasn't happy with how they were sitting at the bottom. Going to line them up, and then using my ruler and a pencil, I'm going to find the halfway point, which is 9.5, and then I'm going to, I usually do 2 centimeters from each end, but you do whatever you prefer. And then I'm going to stab some holes in there with my awl. Here we are. Stab some holes in there with my Cricut awl, but I don't know what I did with it, but I actually might have a different pokey tool. Might be a little sharper. Just like so. And there. And there. And then I've got 3 holes, and I have got my a very long needle with some embroidery thread on it, and I'm just going to go through. So I want my strings, when I tie them together, to be on the inside. So to do that, then I would start on the inside and go through my middle hole, and then this piece of embroidery thread, I should say, I think it's about 2.5 to 3 times as long as my book. So then I'm going to go back through this way, the top hole, from the outside to the inside. Pull that through. We want to make sure that we don't lose our tail. Done that a time or two. And then I'm going to go all the way to the bottom and go from the inside to the outside. This is just a basic 3-hole pamphlet, and please feel free to fast forward if you've seen it before. And then I'm going to go from the outside to the inside, back through that middle hole, she says. There we go. And then we're going to make sure we pull it nice and tight. I'm going to make sure that one of these threads is on either side of that center piece of embroidery floss, like so. Pull it nice and tight. Make sure it's running nicely on the outside, and then we can just tie it in a knot. I'm sure there's a fancy knot that you're supposed to use, but I find the double granny to be sufficient, like so. And then I'm going to trim it off with some scissors. I think I had some scissors. Here we are, like so. And then pop that to the side. That's our book done, our journal. So see how that sticks out on the edge? I would normally trim that off, but I don't know if I will this time because it doesn't stick out a lot. Anyway, that's up to you if you want to do that. So then we're going to just put some mats on, and I'm going to use this glue because I'm really not happy with the other glue. It's just gross. So I'm going to try this. I'm just going to put a little bit. Oh, now I'm all panicky about glue. Pop that down on there and there. And I think I'll probably put some ribbon or something over that center section there just to finish it off. But basically I'm just going to pop my mats on, and that's my journal done for the center. And then we have we've done pretty much everything for this one. I'm just going to go off and do some embellishing and finish it off. Put some inserts in and things like that. And then I can do a flip through. So I hope you stick around for the flip through. So that's my outside covers, the mats on those. So yeah, I'll probably just find a piece of ribbon or something and put it along my spine here. Do I have anything handy? See, like this one here might be all right. I'm not saying I'm going to use it. I'm going to have a poke through, but you know, I was just thinking that I could put something like this on there, just along the edge there, might be nice. So there's that. I'm thinking about that, or something else. I haven't decided. So then these two just need to go on the inside front and inside back cover. Where I won't bore you with that. But that's basically my little journal. So then that will go in here. It's got real chunky. That will go in here, right here. So I'm just going to open it to the middle, slide it under here. so. And then we have this journal here that we can replace anytime we like. And then we have all these flips. And so I'm just in the process of putting some bits and pieces together. But that is our travel folio up to this stage. See, it's already, that's made it quite chunky. That it's chunky. Look at that. So, thanks very much for sticking around for this video, and I hope that you come back and check out what it's like once I've finished giving it a little bit of embellishment, and you can see the flip through. And so, if you're interested, you can pick up this set of SVG files and printable templates from my Etsy store. I'll put the link in the description box below. Thanks very much for your time, everybody, and I'll see you again soon, hopefully. Okay, bye for now. Bye.